All right, just an everything update. General country boy and strange happenings. For the general stuff, probably the biggest thing that's happened is my dad died, and his funeral was this morning. He looks like, I mean, he had a catheter, was on hospice because of the catheter, but then it seemed he had a pretty good stroke during it, and then another, and possibly even a third. All that, so went downhill over a period of a week really fast, or maybe 2 weeks, week and a half. But we had his funeral today. My brother spoke along with a couple of my nieces and nephews. Did a perfectly wonderful job. Did really, really, really well. Funniest thing about it though was at the very beginning, because my brother kicked it off. At the very beginning, I mean, the casket was there, pretty ferns behind it, little podium there. Can't see any chairs, nothing else there. Pretty low. Music stops, ready for him to speak, and we can't find him. All of a sudden, he just pops up. I mean, just pops up real quick, like a gopher out of a hole. And everybody here is like hunters and from the South and Texas and stuff like that. And it's just like everybody got the reference instantly without having to be told at the exact same time of like whack-a-mole. My brother just popped up and rolled. Everybody there just started rolling laughing because it's like we didn't know there's any chairs back there, nothing, and all we can picture is he's crouched down, hiding under all this. They're popped up. That's what it looked like. And then when he stopped, he sat back down. It looked like he jumped back down and crouched down, and he pops back up. It's just like, oh my gosh, he had no idea what was going on. He thought his zipper was undone. So it went pretty well, really, overall pretty well. At the same time, for all of this, I had a lot of the dirt work going on that I just had to get done because tomorrow, there's supposed to be some pretty good thunderstorms and some heavy rain, things like that. I had to get some of these sponges in the yard done, so here's a little bit of general about that. Okay, the yard sponges are done. This is the corner of the yard that gets really, really wet. Stands in water. So these cinder blocks are mainly to soak up the water, the dirt inside, to help out a little bit. No, none of it's level or even. It's fine. They are square. There are 11 of these sponges here that are going to double as little beds to plant stuff in, or for the cats to roll around in, or 11 litter boxes for the cats. One of the two. Anyway, this right here is lavender. My wife planted lavender all in this one, so that's all lavender in that one. So we're just gonna have some fun with it. Like I said, they're not leveled or anything like that. The main goal of it is to soak up water as sponges. So that is the main use of them. When it rains, this just sits in water. I did finally get the great idea of going down to the pink house and getting the four-wheeler to move all those cinder blocks, because I'd moved about 200 against the fence, started out with making 4 of these cinder block sponges, doubling as a garden. Hurt my back a bit, strained it a little bit, so that was a little rough. And then finally say, I've got a four-wheeler down there. I can put 9 cinder blocks on there and haul them around. I should have done that from the start. Not too bright sometimes here. It takes a little bit to get through my skull. Next thing, load up the four-wheeler. Got a few things done, load up the four-wheeler. I do have a ramp for getting on and off the back of a truck with it. I just don't need it right here at the pink house. There's a big hill of mud that everybody uses. A little hole cut in for your hitch so you can back really good up to it. I already rolled it up there once. I thought, I need to take a video. Roll it back off. And then I'll just go back on. Easy on and off access here at the pink house. And I love that 8-foot bed of that truck because I can even shut the tailgate where shorter bed trucks carrying their four-wheelers have to leave that tailgate open or do something else. Also, the little roll-up thing right here, my little cover, blocks the four-wheeler and keeps that from hitting my windshield. Yay. Alright, came down to the pink house real quick to grab the four-wheeler to do some work elsewhere. Spraying the crepe myrtles with neem oil because of bugs getting on them, trying to kill them, that kind of thing. Also, Uncle was telling me about the wild hogs. Wild hogs have gone crazy in the area. There are so many of them. And they've come up next to the house now, and all this stuff is where they just destroyed the grass, rooted it up. You can see a tractor has gone here to the side trying to smooth some of it out, at least one pass. But this stuff like this is hogs doing their damage. Big gouges in the earth like that, just doing their damage. The plum trees have already bloomed out fully and our plums are petals dropping now. I don't think we've had enough cold to really set any fruit. We'll see. Probably not though. It hasn't been cold. And shoot, it's supposed to get 80 degrees today. And this is what, February, I don't know, 26th, 27th, something like that. And 80 degrees today. And for strange happenings, just one funny little thing. Now this happened before my father died with the cat wigging out. All right, it is Monday night at 10:30 at night, February 20th. I just put out a video, I think it was today, on 3 strange happenings in the last 4 days, kind of thing. Something weird happened again. My cats aren't normally this skittish. I know cats can be skittish, and it's kind of weird sometimes. But sitting in my recliner, wife is to my right in her chair, and cat's sleeping on my lap. And then it just jumps up and looks to my left, like there is something right here beside me on my left shoulder, like right here beside me. And my cat is literally looking like at my shoulder level, like head height, like there is something right here beside me. And then jumps down, completely freaked out, skids across the floor, again, turns back and looks at my left, like is it chasing her, kind of thing. Then she runs out the door, skids at the entrance to the door of the room, looks again to my left, like there is something there chasing her, about to chase her, and totally freaked out, and then runs. And I'm just like, okay. Looking back now at that last strange happening video I posted about the furniture jumping in the room, the footsteps in the room, and things like that, that happened around the same time my dad had what seemed to be a first stroke that really sent him downhill. Now with the cats freaking out, who knows? Who knows what that was? Could just be cats wanting to take over the world, trying to freak the owners out, right? Or the staff, the cat staff. So who knows? But it was kind of interesting recently.